people that you've worked for in the past, how did you find them? And maybe you working for somebody that's a rather decent person that you like and you admire them and they're really into you and they believe in taking care of their employees and they respect them and they hold themselves to high standards and they see their employees as their most treasured asset. Let me talk to Clarissa right now. Clarissa on line 1, thank you so much for calling in. Clarissa, thank you for your patience. You've been self-employed now, but has complained of prior bosses. Did it ever cost you your job, Clarissa?
Oh, no, absolutely not. And the way I see it is with the unemployment rate the way it is right now, nobody should be complaining about their bosses. You know, and this is a free country. If you don't like your boss, you don't have to stay in that job, right?
But, you know, but people have responsibilities and they just can't jump up and go to another job, and they also have the right to express themselves, don't you think?
Yeah, but don't do it on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the Facebook now. It's just, I've heard a lot of people writing things about their bosses and it's on Facebook, and I just think it's ignorant. Why would you do that? And,
yes.
You know,
and put yourself, you know, I believe in the old saying, you praise in public and you criticize in private.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to tell your husband when you get home, oh, gosh, my boss, this and that, but you don't do it on Facebook. Yes. And I think nowadays, too, we're a society of whiners. I don't ever remember my dad, you know, he's old. He was born in 1931. I don't ever remember him complaining about one boss that he ever had. I think nowadays we're just, God, we have nothing to whine about, so we just have to whine about our bosses, I guess.
Wow. You got a good point there.
That's just me.
Okay, I appreciate you sharing that. As your story, you're sticking to it.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, Clarissa. Thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for listening. Rebecca on line 4. I'd like to know how you feel. You told off your boss before she left her accounting job. That's what you did?
Yes.
You told her off before you left?
Yeah. See, I had a boss. Now, like the other lady said, you shouldn't be whining.
Yes.
Well, you know what? That's why they have that program, Undercover Boss, so that they can learn something.
Yes.
But some bosses, got to tell you, they don't learn. And they are sure to tell you how they got their degrees and how they are more superior than you. And in reality, it's like, you know what, you may not have a degree, but I have the experience.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And my experience outweighs your degree.
Mm-hmm. So what was your boss's reaction?
She was stunned at the fact that I had the audacity to even say such a thing because she had the education. And she says, if you had the education, you'd be in my position. And I said, yeah, now you have to do the job yourself.
Okay.
It's like, you hear that old saying, get this job and shove it?
Yes.
Well, other than saying that, I was a little bit nicer and a little bit more of a weenie, but I said that. And then I got my bags and I left because I was always doing her job.
Oh, even though she had the degree.
She was always putting her name on it.
She was just putting her name on it, and you were doing the work, and she's putting her name on it and getting paid because she had a degree. You had the experience and the knowledge. Huh? Your voice is going in and out, Rebecca. I want to know this. Now, you had the experience to do the job. She had the degree, and you did the job. She put her name on it, and she got paid, of course, more money than you did. Okay, we lost that call. That's not unusual. Yes, that's a tough situation. I remember working for a company, and they had a policy that the top salesperson would become the sales manager. And I was a young dude just out of school, and I sold very well working for this company that's around today. And I sold more than everybody. In fact, my sales quadrupled all of the people in my department. I outsold everybody. And so I came in for my promotion because, of course, when you get promoted to sales manager, you make more money. And so Mr. Simpson said, Les, there's no question that you've outsold everybody. We've never had anybody do this. You've broken all sales, but we can't give you the position of manager because it will lower morale, and many people will become angry. And so be a team player. And they asked me to train the person under me, the second person under me, and then that person became the sales manager, and I had to report to that person. That person made the money, and I didn't make the money that person made not because I wasn't qualified. I earned it by outselling everybody in that department. But they said, by my being in that position, I would lower morale. And I took that for a while because I really like this guy. He's a nice guy. And when he told me this, he agonized about it. And I can tell that he knew I was the best. My results showed it. And he was a nice guy and he liked me, but it was the politics of the job. And so I didn't tell him off, but I did ask, I said, can I see the person that you report to? Because if you can't go in and convince them that I deserve this position, I said, now, if you're not going to give me the title of manager, then pay me the money. I don't need the title. Just pay me what you would pay the manager. That's all I want because I've earned this. You said the top performer, the top salesperson, this is the position they will get, and that position pays 25% more money. Just give me the 25% more money, and you can give somebody else a title. That's all. I just want to make the money. I've got family, and I've earned this. I'm not asking you to give me this. I've earned this. And if you can't argue that for me, I will go and argue for myself. Well, nobody talks to and disagrees with our boss. Well, guess what? I will. And so they fired me. They fired me. They told me I had to go, that I was not a team player. I had the big head. I had ego. I guess they saw me like Charlie Sheen. I don't know. I don't care. I said, well, I got this job when I was looking for one. I'll find another one. And I did. See, I think that we should be able to express ourselves, but going on Facebook, come on. Going on Twitter, doing this, using the internet to talk about your boss, that's disrespectful. Come on. I mean, this lady talked about her boss, and she was a friend of his. She had connected with him on Facebook. I wonder what was she thinking when she put that out there. Well, maybe she wasn't thinking. How do you feel about where you are? And have you ever worked for a boss that like what Rebecca said, that some people just don't get it? Some people, because they have degrees, they think that they are superior to you, and they look down on you, and they disrespect you. Have you been in that kind of situation and you swallowed your pride, you swallowed your words because you knew you had responsibilities, you knew you had a family to take care of, you knew you had to be able to provide for your family? If you ever been in that kind of situation, or maybe you are a boss, I'd like to get your take on what do you think is an appropriate way if the people that you manage or the people that work for you disagree with your managing style. Are you open to being criticized and them coming to you and sharing it with you? What will work for you? And if you, let's say, for instance, I worked for a guy and his breath was bad. He had horrible breath. He could gargle with ammonia, kill a skunk if he breathed on it. And I told him, I said, look, can I talk to you privately? I said, man, people are talking about your breath. I just want to come and just tell you personally. You can smell it 3 feet away. You need, some mints or something would be very helpful. And he's one of those guys like to get in your private space. And he was offended. He got mad with me. Offended. Got mad with me. And I lost my job. I want to hear from you. The number to call